Let's face it, most men are stuck in the same exhausting loop, chasing attention, decoding mixed signals, and wondering why nothing sticks. They read all the tricks, try to impress, text first, compliment too much, and still feel invisible. But what if the problem isn't the effort, but the energy behind it? Here's the truth few men ever learn. Attraction isn't earned through pursuit, it's triggered through presence. And nothing is more attractive than a man who moves through life with calm, quiet power. A man who doesn't beg, doesn't overcompensate, doesn't perform. He simply is. What if, instead of chasing, you became the kind of man women chase? Not through manipulation, not through tactics, but through mastering timeless traits that resonate deep in the human psyche, traits that Stoicism has taught for centuries: inner stillness, emotional control, purpose, and detachment. In this guide, we're going to explore exactly what makes a man magnetic, not in fantasy, but in real life. Each principle is rooted in psychology, backed by ancient wisdom, and crafted to help you become more composed, more centered, and more powerful. These are the traits that make women lean in instead of pull away. Because you're not chasing anymore, you're attracting through who you've become. Let's begin with the first and most misunderstood key: detachment. 1. Master the art of detachment. The desperate man is easy to spot. He overtexts. He waits anxiously for replies. He overanalyzes every word, every emoji. And worst of all, he hands his power away without realizing it. Women can feel this energy from miles away. It screams, "My worth depends on your attention." And nothing kills attraction faster. Stoic detachment, however, is the opposite. It's not coldness. It's not playing hard to get. It's about placing your inner peace above external validation. It's the strength to walk away from what doesn't serve your values. Detachment means you don't need her reply to feel okay. You don't chase closeness to feel whole. You're rooted in yourself. And that calm energy is rare and magnetic. Here's the psychology. Humans crave what is scarce. When a woman senses that your emotional state isn't dependent on her, she begins to wonder why. That curiosity, that pull, creates desire. You don't have to disappear. You just have to disengage from neediness. To cultivate detachment, fill your life with purpose. A man on a mission has no time to obsess. Observe, don't react. If someone pulls back, don't panic. Stay grounded. Journal daily. Ask, does this serve my values? If not, let it go. A detached man isn't disconnected. He's powerful. And women chase power. 2. Develop magnetic confidence through purpose. Confidence isn't about volume. It's not in loud jokes or flashy displays. It's in stillness. It's in certainty. And most of all, it's in purpose. Purpose is what separates a magnetic man from an invisible one. When you wake up knowing why you exist, when your day is guided by meaningful goals, you move differently. You walk with clarity. You speak with conviction. You stop chasing because you're already full. Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Let your mind hold fast to the best." A purposeful life makes you resilient, sharp, and unshakable. Psychologically, women are drawn to men who are going somewhere. Why? Because that man offers more than surface charm. He offers vision, direction, leadership. The man without purpose, however, feels hollow. He fills the void with short-term pleasure, approval-seeking, and distractions. And women sense that. They don't want to lead. They want to follow strength. To find your purpose. Identify your passions. What makes time disappear? Set long-term goals. Not to impress, but to grow. Cut out noise. Mindless scrolling, empty talk, excessive media. all dilute your clarity. A man aligned with purpose doesn't beg for connection, he attracts it. Women chase that kind of fire. 3. Emotional composure is a superpower. Ever been around someone who freaks out over every little thing? Every delay, every disagreement, every perceived slight becomes a storm. Now flip it. Imagine a man who stays calm, even when the world shakes. That man is unforgettable. Emotional control isn't just attractive, it's rare. In a world of impulsive, reactive behavior, the composed man is a beacon of stability. And that stability makes women feel safe, drawn in, and intrigued. This is a core Stoic principle. Control what you can, let go of what you can't. When you master your emotional reactions, you signal deep maturity. You're not ruled by anger, jealousy, or fear. You respond with thought, not impulse. And that calm presence is magnetic. From a psychological standpoint, emotional stability provides security. Women, often more emotionally attuned than men, instinctively pick up on your energy. If you crumble under stress, it tells them you can't lead, can't protect, can't handle life. To build this trait, pause before responding. Take a breath. Control lives in that space. Reframe your thinking. Ask, what can this teach me? Practice solitude. Time alone strengthens your emotional resilience. The emotionally composed man doesn't repress feelings, he channels them. And that calm strength, it draws people in. 4. Be a challenge worth pursuing. Here's an uncomfortable truth. People don't value what's handed to them. We chase what feels earned. We crave what feels slightly out of reach. This isn't manipulation. It's human psychology. When a man is too available, replying instantly, always accommodating, never saying no, he signals desperation. And desperation kills desire. Being a challenge doesn't mean being arrogant or dismissive. It means being selective, having standards, respecting your time and energy enough to not give it away freely. Stoicism teaches us to master our impulses, including the impulse to please. A man who lives with discipline, who doesn't bend just for attention, commands respect. And respect is the foundation of desire. To become a challenge, stop overgiving. Let interest be mutual, not one-sided. Keep your life full. You're not always available because you're building something real. Say no. Your boundaries aren't rude. They're attractive. Women don't want to chase someone who's uninterested, but they do want to earn the attention of someone who's rare, intentional, and self-respecting. Become that man, and you'll never need to chase again. 5. Master the subtle power of non-neediness. Neediness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the double text. Sometimes it's in the constant compliments. Sometimes it's in the unspoken fear of losing someone before you've even won them. But women can feel it. Non-neediness, on the other hand, is quiet, confident, undeniably attractive. It says, I want connection, but I don't need it to feel whole. This is one of the most powerful energies a man can carry, because it changes how you show up. You stop trying to impress. You stop shrinking yourself for approval. You become real and rare. Psychologically, non-neediness signals abundance. It says, I have options. I choose you, but I don't depend on you. Women respond to this because it suggests strength, security. A man who can handle himself emotionally, spiritually, and socially. To cultivate it, build a life you love. If your days are full and meaningful, you don't cling to anyone. Avoid over-communication. Let the energy be mutual. Remind yourself, no single person determines your worth. Stoics never sought approval. They sought alignment. When you do the same, when you live from purpose, not desperation, you become undeniably compelling. 6. Embrace authentic vulnerability without oversharing. Vulnerability is not weakness. In fact, when expressed properly, it's one of the most powerful connectors in human interaction. But there's a line, and many men cross it. They confuse openness with oversharing. They dump emotional baggage hoping to be seen, not realizing it often repels more than it attracts. Stoic vulnerability is different. It's honest, but grounded. It's open, but intentional. When a man shares not to be rescued, but to reveal strength through struggle, that's powerful. That's magnetic. Psychologically, vulnerability fosters trust. It shows emotional intelligence. It signals confidence, because only the secure dare to be seen. But it must be balanced. Women don't want a man who collapses under emotion. They want a man who owns it. To express it well, choose your moments. Don't make every conversation a therapy session. Frame your stories with growth. I struggled, but here's how I rose. Stay grounded. Don't seek reassurance. Share insight. A man who can be vulnerable and steady? He's rare. He's human. And he's unforgettable. Become the man who doesn't need to chase. Women don't chase men because of tricks or scripts. They chase energy. They chase presence. They chase depth. When you embody the Stoic virtues, detachment, purpose, composure, selectivity, non-neediness, and balanced vulnerability, you stop needing to chase. Because who you are draws people in. Attraction isn't a game. It's a reflection of how you think, how you act, how you live. So ask yourself, are you becoming a man women chase, or a man who's always chasing? The answer lies not in what you do, but in who you are. And that journey starts now.